What's up, guys? I'm sorry, I was watching the preview thing. I was like, there's a delay, and my bad. Welcome to the Alpha Red comic channel. My name is James Nguyen, and I am the creator of Alpha Red and your host, and the guy who draws pictures on a Sunday night. And I want to thank you guys for showing up. I hope it's working. So let's address the elephant in the room. There's a different look than there has been in the past. So I told you last week I got a new computer, and so the new computer is there's different things. So it doesn't have the camera that was in the laptop. So I had to buy a webcam, and the webcam is what you see out here. This stuff out here, the yellow. See, it doesn't do the backwards thing. The yellow stuff is the new camera, and I didn't like it, and I couldn't change the thing. And this is what you would get here if I didn't put the smaller camera into the frame. Watch this be like, oops, not that. Be like, what? You know, some people like Orange Man, some people don't. So, and you say, well, James, why wouldn't you just make this thing bigger? Well, it'd be like a whole lot of my face. Nobody wants to see a whole lot of my face. So, guys, I want to thank you guys for showing up. And what are we going to do today? What are we going to draw today? If you read the title, you know that we are going to be into the whoop. Why don't we just go straight to this thing? So I don't know if you guys are into the Skybound stuff, the G.I. Joe, the Transformers. If you are not, you are missing out. And I say, fix that. Go out there and fix that, guys, because you can go to the local comic book shop and pick up a G.I. Joe #1. Just came out this week, and I'm hoping that you guys picked it up. What's going on, Rod? Do you like the new setup? Check out the new setup. Check this out, JamesQ. I'm not thinking it yet, but new tech, same old me crying about it. So, but yeah, I hope you picked up G.I. Joe #1, and we're gonna get this guy rocking and rolling. So before we start, I just wanted to wish my lovely bride a happy anniversary. All right, 24th anniversary is tomorrow. So 24 blissful years of marriage. I hope to have 24 more. So we got 3 kids, 4 houses, 2 states that we've moved to, 4 different churches. I was going through the stuff, and I was like, man, we've been together a long time. So we probably have known each other for longer than we have not known each other. And she's younger than me. So like, we've been married longer than she's been a lot. Like, you know, the half is there, and mine is creeping up. So it's weird when you start putting those things together. So enough about me. We're just gonna do Mr. Rock and Roll. I forget what his real name is. I'm sure you'll tell me, Rod. Yeah, right, Craig. That's right, Craig McConnell, for show. And what a great issue. I mean, I'd love to do a breakdown and go through all the awesome things about it. But the quick review is it's great, and you should go pick it up. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten up the pencils here. I was slowly tightening it. And so he looks pretty good, almost ready to go in with the inks, because I don't want to get too far, waste too much time, because I do want to finish him today. I do want to finish him within this hour. So also, I wanted to mention to anybody who is in the Pennsylvania area, I will be at the Mannheim Comic Con this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday. That's Mannheim, Pennsylvania. That's between Lancaster and, I'm used to looking over here where I used to have the camera, but because the setup is different, and I put in a new screen, I can put it up higher. And, well, I had to put it up higher because I have to put my work laptop underneath. So I get to look straight up. So if you see me looking over here, I'm just used to camera being over here. But Mannheim, PA is between Lancaster and Harrisburg, and that is where I will be this weekend. So if you have time, I would love to meet you. So come on out. Come on out. I think Jim Steranko is the big name draw. So if you go and check out Mannheim, Mannheim is spelled Manheim, I believe. Mannheim, E before I, if I'm remembering right. So, how's it look so far, guys? I was pretty excited as I was starting the thumbnail for this, and I was like, man, I can't wait to get into it. But you gotta have all the bullets flying out here, like so. Oh, check this out. I don't know if you guys picked up, Rod, if you picked up Transformers number 14, but this is Transformers number 13. But this stuff is heating up pretty nice. Transformers. I don't know if you're on the Transformer train. And just another quick update about the campaign. Let's talk about the campaign for Alpha Red number 6. Alpha Red number 6, if you guys are new to the channel, is the latest issue of Alpha Red, my independent comic book, and all the ink pages are at the colorist, and I was hoping that it'd all be done by now, but things got slowed down. A lot of it is on my shoulders. I didn't send out the pencils to the inker. I thought I did. I did not. So that stalled. And then the script is now completely over to the letterers, and they are starting to send back the lettering pages. And the reason why I have 2 letterers is because I'm that late on the script. And you say, James, I thought you had a writer for this one. And I do. But I had to edit the script, and I know the writer was not always happy about what I had to chop and what I had to change. But ultimately, Alpha Red is in my hands, and I need it to move in a certain direction and have a certain voice. And young Ray McKay was very gracious in the cuts that I did to his script. So, but that all happened very recently, and all that is now at the letterers, and so it's all kind of coming together really quick. But you still have an opportunity, just because on Indiegogo and on Fund My Comic, you can keep it open for longer. I hear that you can do it on Kickstarter, but it's not something that I've tried before, and I'm just not familiar with it. So I let that close. And so this cover, this homage cover that was an exclusive for New Mutants 98 on Kickstarter, was the only one that kind of was unavailable. But if you go to Indiegogo or Fund My Comic and you just pick this cover on Indiegogo, the Dark Knight Returns cover, and just send me a note and say, I actually want the New Mutants number 98, I'll put you on the list for that. And same thing with Fund My Comic. If you go there and you pick up the Invincible Iron Man 150 homage, just send me a note and say, I actually want the New Mutants 98. I will still honor that. And I'm hoping that everything will land this week, and then I can re-edit it and then send it off to the printers so that we can still hit that deadline. It's looking less and less likely that it will hit when I want it to, but I don't want to sound the alarm bells until I get the, like, hey, we can't get it back to you in 2 weeks, and that's gonna make me very sad, and I hate delivering bad news. So let's see, rock and roll. Let me see if I don't want to miss anything here. Rod, nice, congratulations. My wife and I had our 25th anniversary about 2 weeks ago. Well, congratulations, sir. Hope the kids, if you had kids, hopefully they did something nice for you. I know my wife said that she and her brothers, she's the oldest, and she did something really nice for them on their 25th, like invited all their friends and just some crazy stuff. But I'm on the Transformer Astro Train. Yes, absolutely. Astro Train did like it. I don't know what they're doing with Astro Train, what his storyline was, but it's kind of cool. He's like this maniac, this crazy maniac guy. But yeah, no, the Triple Changers, very cool stuff. But yeah, I was excited about G.I. Joe. So my comic store does not have a great reputation for getting their comics on time, and it's a problem that they've been having on and off for quite some time, and so it's a little frustrating. But and so I was gonna ask them whether or not they got it in, and just as I was gonna call them, I said, you know what? Maybe they posted online whether or not they got their order in, because this was one of the comics that was going to get me into the comic store ASAP, and they don't always order a decent amount. And but he did reassure me that he got 500 copies of G.I. Joe #1, so I was pretty confident that I was going to get an issue of G.I. Joe, but I wanted my choice, and I saw all the other ones, and I was gonna really thought long and hard about which covers that I wanted, but I ended up only getting, that's not it, the A cover. I've been looking at the A cover for so long that that was really the one that I was drawn to the most. There was the Brett Booth one that I really liked, and the David Finch one that I really liked. And I actually saw there was like a chrome one of these, an extra $1. I was like, I'm just gonna beat it up. I feel bad taking a chrome one away. But yeah, so I picked up cover A. I don't know how many you got, Rod. Did you pick up more than one, or were you a good boy and just stuck with your favorite? Like, I didn't realize that some of them cost more. I was like, oh, that's it was what it was. I like reading my comics. I don't need to collect. I don't feel the need to collect. So we talked about that too. He's like, oh, so you don't like, they give us a bag and a board, and I said, that's great. I use it for Alpha Red, actually. It's less I have to buy for Alpha Red as I send them out. But yeah, if you look behind me, I don't know if you can see, but I got the spinner rack I showed you in the previous whatevers, and it's right behind me, and I love just shoving them in there. And I'm not quite to the point of like overstuffing them that they get damaged on purpose or whatever, but I don't mind that they get a little bit bent, because I read them over and over. Well, I don't know if I read them over and over. I definitely look at them over and over. So let's see. You're going to post our bad boy crew. Oh yeah, he's already up for sale. So in the link, brother man, in the show notes, in the comments, there's a link to the Etsy store. So he's been up all afternoon. I didn't know if you were going to snipe it before anybody else got a chance to get it. But yeah, he's definitely up for sale. And I was contemplating on drawing him in his outfit that is in this issue of G.I. Joe, but I really like his whatever the other outfit with the green over at the top, and with the rolled up sleeves. It just looks badass to me. So I am that's the one I'm doing. I took that from, let's see, issue number 2 is what I pulled from to get the old outfit. So this is the outfit what we're gonna be drawing. Oh, I forgot. He has a little little ba-bing, ba-bing. So, you said, Rod says, I caved and got cover A, regular and foil version, and the foil of Chameleon. I didn't, which one's Chameleon? Who's Chameleon? Is that this guy? Is Chameleon this guy? I don't know who this guy is. No, I know that I was watching Thinking Critical, and he didn't know who that was supposed to be. But yeah, I don't remember. So like, there's so much that I don't remember about G.I. Joe. I mean, I watched it just like everybody else. That's our age. And but my daughter had to remind me stuff about Scarlet. I forgot that Scarlet was like a martial artist, because that's something that I didn't care for initially with the Scarlet miniseries. I was like, when did she become a ninja? I don't remember that at all. And then my daughter was like, yeah, she went home and to visit her family, and they attacked her at the dojo. And sure enough, I looked it up, and that episode was there. So, but yeah, like Rock and Roll, like I remember the character Rock and Roll, but I don't remember much about him. And man, the toy, when I was looking up references, that toy, I don't know if you have the toy, Rod. Let me know if you have the toy, because that looks fantastic. You can switch out his hands. He's got the tattoos all over the stuff, and you can, that was awesome. Good on whichever company went the extra mile and did that. Yeah, so I ended up getting 5 issues of G.I. Joe #1, and boy, I could have probably I don't know how many covers there are, but I could have gone for probably all of them. There was only a handful of them that I was like, eh. But like, if I had more money, I'd probably get them all. Just cause. No, I don't know what it is about, some of this stuff, and maybe you can tell me what your thoughts are. Like, why is it that we like these characters so much? And they change them a little bit, right? They evolve. They let them evolve, and we're okay with it as long as they pass like the squint test. Like, hey, that's because Rock and Roll used to have like just the whole helmet, right? But like, it looks cool now. He has a hat backwards. It still works. Hey, happy birthday, Rod. And yes, Mommy still sends me. She still sends you birthday money. That's awesome. Greg is mine. That's awesome. That guy is new, and I believe his name is Risk. I guess I don't know who Chameleon is. Happy birthday, man. No. What do you think? Why is it that we have such fond memories, and it's enough for us to part with our money, right? If Marvel's not getting my money. I mean, they did get me with Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, just because Ed McGuinness. And I got to tell you, let me pull it out here, because I did buy it because I plan to read it. Let me see. I mean, I plan to read it, but I didn't even crack it open yet, to be honest with you. Just because I have fond memories of Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness. Their run on Deadpool is really what solidified my love for the character for I don't know how many years until they turned him into a rated R character. So for a long time, I would say Spider-Man and Deadpool were my favorite, along with Ninja Turtles. And that was that. Bamski. Yeah. That's funny that your mom still sends you birthday money. Like, we grew up like super poor, so that we got like nothing. And that just not part of the Vietnamese culture to give, like, birthdays were not celebrated. We started celebrating them obviously more because we've been here forever. But growing up, it was just not That was not a thing. And so when I met my wife, and my wife is American, white, and so she has these traditions, and she always gets the short end of the stick because her birthday is 1 week before mine. And so I give her like bad gifts, bad experience or whatever. And then she goes like bananas and treats me like a king. And it's too late for me. I can't, you know what I mean? Like I'm a week late. And so it's been like that for pretty much our whole marriage. And I try to make up for it, but like, it's just not built into me. I'm already a guy, so it doesn't matter that much. And then I don't feel the guilt of it until like after she does it for me. I'm like, darn it. Darn it. But yeah. So what else did you get for your birthday? Your the wifey take you out, make your favorite meal or whatever? That's pretty much what I get. I get my favorite meal, and it's usually just something deep fried and seafood. She's not a big seafood person, and she's not a big fan of deep fried. So whenever I get the opportunity, I ask for deep fried food. She tries to keep me healthy. So today, that guy is new. Risk. She's new on the Cobra side, the blonde from the Destro series. Ah, okay. What do you think of the Destro series? I was looking forward to it just because of the Duke miniseries and the what you call it? Where's my? It's gonna show you. Where's the other one? Nope, that's a G.I. Joe. Nope, that's a G.I. Joe. Where's my Destro? Did I show you my Destro? I think maybe I left it across the room. But I'm also doing a Destro. So it was like a hit or miss. I was like, like I did not care for the first one too much, but the second one picked up, and I thought they were all going to be 5-issue miniseries, but apparently Destro just stopped at issue number 4, which was fine by me because it was a little meh. And the artwork, I don't know. It looks like it should be good, or like it was supposed to do it for me, and I can tell you, we can pull out the Destro here because I believe it's right behind me. But I'll tell you how I figured out. Well, let me see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there was 5. Okay. Oh, bad on me. But like, here's the thing I didn't like about the Destro artwork. It's all from the perspective, like just your regular point of view. It's always like sideways, just straight on. And sometimes he'll like cock the angle a little bit, but it's all straight on, just straight on, straight on. See how they cock it a little bit, but it's just straight on, straight on, straight on. It was just so boring to watch, and I don't know. And then the story was just a little, I don't know. I guess I can't even describe it. I was like, I gotta trudge through it to see if I missed anything. Let me see. All right, I'm gonna snap a picture and then go to town on the inks here. So if you guys would, I don't know if you can see this or not, because I don't want to miss this aspect of it. Bamski. Yeah. So, hey, what's going on, Poke Rocker? Poke Rocker ALXGX. How you doing, man? I'm glad you stopped by. Let me see, where is my... Hang on 1 second. I'm gonna grab my pens. Yeah, I was working on the Starscream picture across the room, and I sit. I'm standing here on Sunday nights. I'll stand, but typically I just sit in like a sofa or something like that, and I have a drawing board that I sit on my lap, and that is really how I'm most comfortable. I used to have like a drawing table, and I'd sit, and it really was comfortable, and there's something to be said about that. But I found like your butt gets bigger. It's just like the sedentariness of it did not feel good after a while. And so I started standing, and now I got stuff wrong with my legs, my feet. But so I transferred to a like an artboard that I can sit in my lap, and so that has really helped me to feel comfortable. What size of micron is that? So this is a number 1 because I'm doing the face. You'll see as I go on, I will use bigger and bigger ones. So I start off with the face, the eyes especially, really small. And I want to do this one up kind of nice, since I know who it's going to. Mr. Rod, Mr. Revan Saber, and it's his birthday. And so I want to hopefully finish it. We got a half an hour. What do you think, Rod? Can I get it? Can I get it looking like a more detailed, finished picture? But yeah, so I'll start off with the number 1, and the number 1 is good for like hair too. So he's got a beard. So I wanna. It's always easier to go back and add extra lines. You can't take lines away though. So that is why I start off small, and if I need to speed it up, I'll start using a bigger size. But yeah, microns are my preferred inking tool. So I used to use a lot more brush pens, but I don't. The brush pens just dried out so quick, and they became inconsistent, so I did not care for the brush pens as much. So, Poke Rocker, are you an artist? I assume. And are you a G.I. Joe fan? What did you think of G.I. Joe? Did you pick it up? Maybe I should ask that question first. Did you pick up G.I. Joe number 1? And why is that your favorite comic right now? I forget who asked me last week who my artistic influences were, and why is it Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri? That was hilarious. I got to chuckle. Like, I rewatched the streams afterward to see if I messed up or where I could improve, and I got a chuckle out of that big time. So I'm looking forward to all the new G.I. Joe stuff. I just don't know. I just wish it were here already. I can't believe what happened in G.I. Joe. We won't spoil it for anybody, but man, what a good issue. What a good issue. And Transformers number 14. That was, you know, I didn't like the new artist on Transformers. All right, let's go for a bigger one. We'll go, should I go to 3 yet? Let's try a 2 until I get to seeing what that is. So the last issue of Transformers, number 13, was like, that was the new artist, and it was the Starscream origin. And I was like, that was a little mid. It's probably one that I like the least. But of course, you know, I like the direction of all of it, so you give it a chance. You don't just drop it. And then when I started reading issue number 14, I thought it was going to stink because it was kind of more the same, and Starscream, like, the voice of Starscream didn't sound like Starscream. He sounded, I don't know, it sounded goofy, how he liked being drawn, and he yelled at the guy for drawing him wrong, and I was like, that's kind of, where is this going? And then by the end, boy, I was like, wow, this is pretty intense. Pretty intense. So, okay, makes sense. Yeah, I'm an artist trying to get my foot in the being paid to do it door. Good luck, brother. Good luck. I'm actually working on my first big job. Good for you. Illustrating a kid's book. Hey, I've done kids' books, and just to make you feel better, I don't get paid to do this. Well, I shouldn't say that, because people do pay me to draw. I just don't do it for a living. Is that fair? I just don't do it for a living. And you know, that's a plus and a minus, because now I get to draw whatever I want to draw. And when you draw for a living, I think you're trying to put food on the table, so you end up drawing whatever pays. And the way that comics have gone lately, I mean, currently, I probably disagree with a lot of what has been put out. And you know, like, how do you still keep your conscience? Ooh, I forgot, I was gonna do all the bullets first so that I don't interrupt the bullets. So that's I'm gonna pull out a number 3, because the bullets like fly, and I want them to be in front of a lot of the other details. And I can always white out the stuff and then put in the bullets, but it's more fun to kind of work around bullets, and so that you know that they're there. I don't know, Rod. 8:34. Can I get all of it done? Can I get the whole thing done in an hour? And you called this. You asked me to do rock and roll last week. So what do you think? What do you think the next one should be? What should I do next week? I mean, it was awesome that G.I. Joe turned out to be such a good book. So this would have been a no-brainer. But like, if it stunk, I'd been like, maybe we won't do rock and roll. But I do have 3 more sketch covers, and you know, who knows? I never got into G.I. Joe too much as a kid. Okay. Well, I guess maybe it depends on how old you are. Like, I'm 49, and Reverend Saber's birthday is today. And he's a couple years older than me. And so this is right in our wheelhouse. So how old, if you feel comfortable, folk rocker, were you young and impressionable in the mid 80s, early to mid 80s? So we'll just, if we have more time, we'll come back to more bullets, but hey, a couple. You're very kind. That's what I remember. I don't know. I just knew that you were a little older than I was. So I know you've said it before, and that's, hey, it was like a cultural thing. It was like all your friends liked it. That's what everybody was watching. That's what all the kids were talking about. So that's how I know that, people who like this stuff now were roughly the same age as me. Oh yeah, 35. That explains it. Are you a Power Ranger guy? Is that more your wheelhouse? Go Power Rangers. I never got into it. It should have been right in my wheelhouse, because I grew up with the Asian fighting stuff, Jackie Chan, and translated stuff, and I like Transor Z, not Transor Z. Who's the red guy? Who's the red guy with the look at my hair, and he did the. He was red and silver. I forget what his name was. But Power Rangers. Toonami. All right. So what was on Toonami at during that would have been what, the late 90s? Late 90s? What inspires you? What got you into the hobby? I was looking at the toy. I don't know if, Rod, you answered that, whether or not you had the G.I. Joe toy. Let me see. Okay, man. Ernest. I missed Ernest up here. Let me go back up and make sure that I'm hitting everybody. Today's your birthday. The new guy is Risk. She's new on Cobra side. Yep, the family spoiled me. Bacon cheeseburger. Do you guys have Five Guys down there in North Carolina? We got Five Guys up here. That's like the treat for us. And bacon cheeseburgers. Heck yeah. Ernest says, that's looking good, James. Gives me Sly Stallone, Rambo, and Arnold Schwarzenegger Commando vibes. That's actually who I looked up. That when I think of rock and roll, I think of Dutch from Predator. So Arnold Schwarzenegger for sure. So Scarlet and Destro were okay. Duke and Cobra Commander were far better, for sure. So yeah, I missed those. Hey. Oh, you're 56 now. No, okay. I thought for sure you were like 52, 53. So nice. Yeah, you're 35. Happy birthday to Robin. Thank you. Oop, it jumped. Ultraman, that's it, Ernest. Thank you. Origin X, Ultraman, thank you for reminding me. I just couldn't. I told you, when the camera turns on, the brain goes a little bit. But yeah, I don't know, Rod, if you answered whether or not you got this rock and roll toy, because some of the references that I was looking up were like for the toy, and it was like legit. So good. Like you can switch out the hands and stuff. Let's see. Ultraman. Poke Rocker says, watched it a lot. Also, Beetleborgs. Yeah. I didn't have cable as a kid, so I got select shows. Gundam Wing. Lupin. I'm not, man, I'm very out of it for the Toonami stuff. Pokemon, of course, other old 90s and double aughts, anime and such. Reverend Saber said, I haven't got my hands on the new rock and roll figure yet. The hunt is on. Yeah, man, I looked high and low. It looks so good. It looks so good. I don't know if they're the new ones or not. I don't know if that's what I was seeing were new. Like, I assume everything's been out forever and I'm late to the game. So that is always my assumption. And what I saw was like, wow, jaw dropping. I was like, wow, things are getting pretty awesome out here. Gonna part with my money even more. Actually, I wasn't gonna say it, but I found a guy who can make toys. And so I don't know if anybody would be interested in an Alpha Red action figure, but I ordered 5 Alpha Red action figures. Now they're going to cost me money to make and send my way. So I think I'm going to charge $50. Would anybody buy an Alpha Red action figure for $50? It comes with a package. It's inside a package. But when I found the guy, and I was just going to make one for myself. And then he told me the price, and I was like, I think somebody might pay $50 for it. But I will have, hopefully, in about 2 weeks. So, in about 2 weeks, I will have a handful of Alpha Red action figures. Who else? The hunt is on. Poke Rocker says, my grandma had cable, so after school I got to watch. Yeah, Samurai Champloo. Goodness, these names don't even sound familiar to me. Outlaw Star, Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, I've heard of that. Also some of my favorite shows. Also have to check out G.I. Joe. Rock and roll. Sounds right up my alley. It's so good. It's so good. And I don't think that you necessarily have to be a fan of G.I. Joe to really enjoy what they're doing with the Skybound G.I. Joe. But man, it's that extra little flavor. Like I said, I don't remember much about rock and roll or much of anything. I just went right into when I met girls, found girls. That was the thing for a while, and then the family thing for a while. And so, like, and obviously when I'm shown some of this stuff, I remember it, but like it doesn't have like a memory for me. I don't know how to describe it. But like I said, with my daughter saying that Scarlett, she remembered the episode, and I had to look it up, and I was like, you're right. She did know karate. She did some martial arts. Her whole family had a martial arts studio that I forgot about. But it made an impression on her because I used to show them those old cartoons. And yeah. I'm holding my breath. That's why I'm not talking. You know, if you've been here, you know. Like I gotta get them all right there. Gotta get them right. And yeah, they for this toy for this. So Rod, did you say that the toy is based on the Skybound stuff? So is that new? I'd be curious because it looks so good. It should be made into toys and made into a movie. I heard that they had a theater showing of G.I. Joe the movie here in California somewhere. They made it like a Skybound. I don't know if it was they rented a theater or something, but on Thinking Critical, Aaron Sparrow said that he went to the G.I. Joe the movie showing, and I was like, did they make a new movie? I was very confused, but as they were talking, it just sounds like they did a theatrical showing of G.I. Joe the movie, you know, with Serpentor and Cobra La, is what it sounded like. And maybe I'm wrong, but they said that it sounded like well, they said that it was meant for a theatrical like presentation, just like Transformers the movie. But I guess some parents were complaining about Transformers the movie, how it was so traumatic that Optimus Prime died, stuff like that. And so they changed the ending to G.I. Joe the movie, where Duke was supposed to Duke got hit by one of Serpentor's things, and they were just going to let him die. And so they added a line in there at the end that Duke had not died. So apparently that was that thing. That was fun to hear. Fun to hear. Things you didn't know. Rod says, don't think they have linked them with Skybound. Okay. Poke Rocker says, I've got to go now, but glad I stumbled upon your channel. Thank you, Poke Rocker, for subbing. So I'll check you out later. Have a good night. Have a great night, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, please stop on by again. Every Sunday. Every Sunday at 8. Maybe not next Sunday, because I will be at the Mannheim Comic-Con, and I don't know that I will be back anywhere that has a camera. I might be staying with somebody down in that area because I grew up in Harrisburg, and so maybe I'll hang out and go to work at my other office. So I don't know if next week there will be a draw stream. Like I know last week I didn't think there was going to be one, but I got back in time. But that was me knowing that I was going to head home. But with this Mannheim one, I will not. If I do head home, I'll be making it back here by like 11 or 12 at night. And so last week was a 9 o'clock draw stream instead of an 8 o'clock. But I don't think I would jump on to do an 11 o'clock or a midnight one. Let's see. A huge teaser at the end of Transformers Rise of the Beast for the Joes. Okay. What? I don't know. I'm missing something. What's Transformers Rise of the Beast? Was that is that a recent movie in theaters? In theaters? No, I don't get out much. I just work, and then I work on Alpha Red, and so I get my geek fix watching YouTube videos. And so if my normal geeky experts aren't talking about it, I don't know about it. So Rise of the Beast, I do not know about. Is that like Beast Wars type of thing? Is that a recent thing, or is that like an old thing, Rod? Most recent Transformers movie, a couple of years old. Okay, yeah. And they had a G.I. Joe. They had something about G.I. Joe in there. Is that what you're saying? Because the Aaron Sparrow thing said he was made it sound like he had been This was like this past weekend, or during the week. And I was like, I didn't know there was a G.I. Joe movie. Like, and then as they were talking about it, it just sounded like G.I. Joe, the movie, as far as the cartoon movie, way back when we were kids. And how that was supposed to be a theatrical release. And then they pulled it because when Optimus Prime died, a lot of parents were upset that their kids were upset. And so they pulled it from theaters, and then they changed the ending from letting Duke die to saying he's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. G.I. Joe. Yeah, Beast Wars. The screening was the 1987 animated movie. Okay. Yeah, that's, I was confused. I was confused as to what he was talking about. I thought maybe that Skybound had commissioned a cartoon movie or something. I was like, what? I know that, it's popular, but for them to put together a movie so quickly in the year, a cartoon movie, that would have been pretty cool. All right, we got about 8 minutes. What do you think, Rod? Think we can make it worth your $25? Make it worth the $25? So guys, if you're interested, I do post some of these. I try to do them all. I try to post them on my Etsy store. So usually I'll try to put the link in the description of the video, and I did for this time. So I was able to this afternoon, just because I was online making sure that the new technology was going to work, because I'm using a new computer, a refurbished computer, so it's not brand new, but working out the kinks and putting the program on here. And it seems like it's working because you guys are here. So I was going to bring this up here. I was going to bring up this reference. Oops, nope, that's not the reference. Like the tattoo. It's just so, like, I got a picture of the toy next to me, and just the detail in the tattoos, like crazy. So that is, maybe I should be on the hunt for this. Maybe I should be. But yeah, the tattoo is wild on the toy. It's so prominent, and like, those are some details that I don't remember about rock and roll. And maybe he didn't have a tattoo that you could see in the cartoon. But with comic books, it's the cool thing about comic books. You can put all kinds of crazy stuff into a comic book that you wouldn't be able to in a cartoon. But yeah. Hey, what's going on, Crazy John? Thanks for stopping by. If you guys aren't familiar with Crazy John, you can check out his YouTube channel, OSH Radio. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm just like, so like lots of little details, and I don't want to, don't need them to be like super duper accurate, but it's nice to not mess it up. I don't want to, like, there's like a koi fish over here, and then there's like a skull thing over here, which is kind of cool. And you don't want to mess up you don't want to lose any of those cool details, because it might mean something to his backstory or something. And I'm sure the diehard fans will know all the details, and they will appreciate having them in there. All right, so we'll put this shadow in here. Put this shadow of the gun in here. And that'll be the shadow down there. That'll be the shadow down here. So Rod, when you say that the apprentice drew the Alpha Red fan art, so is that a son? Do you have a child that drew it? Or is that your alter ego? The apprentice is the alter ego. Let me hit this with a larger pen. I didn't think I was going to get to the larger pen, but let's do a 5. Let's go 5. Thanks for the press. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure, John. Appreciate all your support all the time. So shout out is totally not a problem. Totally not a problem. Love your videos, the songs that you put up. And if you didn't know, John, Crazy John, is the writer of the Alpha Red theme song that I play at the end of every episode. So that is the crazy mind. And John is also a character in Alpha Red, the comic book. He is the actual Crazy John that you see in the comic book. Now he looks a little bit different than he did 10 years ago when Alpha Red started. But he's aging well. He's aging well. He just doesn't look quite like the character in the comic. So maybe I'll figure out a storyline to age him up to look more like current day Crazy John. Ah, your youngest son. Gotcha. That's awesome. No, that I love seeing that. Love the fan art. All right, guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me on a Sunday night. I do this every Sunday at 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock Eastern. I will be at the Mannheim Comic Convention this coming weekend. If you are in the South Central Pennsylvania area this weekend, I would love if you came out and said hi. All right, guys, I think that's it. I think I'll do a little bit more. I'll finish up a little bit more, just so that the birthday boy, Mr. Revan Saber, gets a little extra love here on this rock and roll picture. All right, John, we'll see you there. I'm looking forward to it. Brother. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. See you next week, maybe. I'll be at the Mannheim Comic Show, like I said, so maybe I'll be able to have one. If not, maybe I'll do it on the Monday. All right, so until next time, guys, grace, peace. Hitting the outro.
From the shadows he rises with courage in his heart, a beacon of hope. He's ready to start with faith as his armor and and a fire in his soul. Alpha Red stands tall, fulfilling his role. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. Red. In a world full of chaos, where evil may lurk, he fights for the righteous, his mission and work. Guided by God, with strength from above, he battles the darkness with unyielding love. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. Alpha Red. When the night seems too long and hope seems so far, look to the skies, you'll see his bright star. With a prayer and a promise, he faces the fight. Alpha Red shines through, the beacon of light. Alpha Red, the hero we need. With the power of faith, he'll always succeed. Fighting darkness, he'll never dread. For the world is safe with Alpha Red. So stand tall with courage, let your faith lead the way. With Alpha Red beside us, we'll see a brighter day. For evil may tremble, but never forget, the world is protected by our hero, Alpha Red. Alpha Red. Alpha Red.